Hi, this is Erin Green, and I'm a science teacher at Eastern Tech High School. I'm currently teaching honors biology and environmental science, and I have also taught earth-based science and AP environmental science. The tech tool that I explored is called Zaption. Zaption can be accessed through the Baltimore County Public Schools Office of Digital Learning Wiki or by going to zaption.com. Accounts are free, and teachers can even create accounts for their students using the student's BCPS username and external password. So you're probably wondering, what is Zaption? Well, Zaption is a tool that can be used to make presentations and assessments with videos. It allows teachers to add up to 6 interactive elements per video. Elements include text slides, image slides, drawings, open response questions, multiple response questions, and checkboxes. To use Zaption, you'll click on the Get Started button or the Join Now button. You can then create a free account. It allows you to sign in with Facebook, Google, and Edmodo, or you can use your name, password, and email address. Once you sign up, you'll then sign in with your username and password, and Zaption will take you to your My Tours page. All the tours that you create will be stored on this page, and Zaption has also included a few sample tours and a Welcome to Zaption video that highlights what Zaption is and some of the features. When you or your students are ready to create a tour, you will select the New Tour button. This will open up a video insert window where you can find a video to start your Zaption. It also gives you the option to search or browse. You can get videos from many sources such as YouTube, Vimeo, PBS, National Geographic, Discovery, and much more. So let me show you how this works once you get started with your video search. So let's say that you're looking for a video on global warming. You would just type it into the text box at the top and click search. It'll then bring up all of the resources available, YouTube first, and it lists the number of videos that are available. Does the same for Vimeo, PBS, Nat Geo, and more. So if I wanted to use this first video that popped up on global warming, but I wanted to preview it first, all I'd have to do is hit the play button here, and I can preview the video that I want to use. Now, once you're ready to add that video to your tour, you will click the Add This Video to Tour button. Now your video is loaded onto your My Tour screen, and you can get started with adding interactive elements to your video. So this is your My Tour dashboard. You have a couple different options of what you can do. You have the text slide button, the image slide button, the drawing button, your open response button, multiple choice, and checkboxes. Everything on Zaption is drag and drop, so if I wanted to put a text slide on the intro to the video, I would just drag this over and place it in the side window, and when I let go, it will give me an area to type in some text. So I could say, welcome to the video on global warming. Now, if I decided that I didn't want this slide, I can hit the little trash can button and it'll go away. You can also hit the element settings button and it will give you some options. So you can have the position be on the video window, on the sidebar. You can have it stay there while it's playing. You can have it pause the video, and you can set how long it stays. Now I'm going to throw away this slide so I can show you some of the other options, because you're only allowed to add 6 interactive slides to your tour. Now, as I'm watching the video, I can decide where I want to put a question or a text slide, or even allow the students to draw on the video. So I've watched the first 42 seconds of this video, and I've decided, based on the information in the video, that I want to add in an open response question. And I want to ask my students what types of things have been adding carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. And what this will allow the user to do is, as they're watching the video, they can type their responses here and click submit. Now you can't submit while you're in editing mode, but you can track your students' responses after they've finished the video. Now again, you have that element settings button if you want to change anything. And the nice thing about Zaption is if your students don't understand the question or don't remember the answer to the question, they can rewind the video and watch it again before moving on to the rest of the video. Now I've watched my video for another minute and 51 seconds, and I've decided that I want to add a multiple choice question. So I would drag the multiple choice pane down to the side here, and then I would type in my question. So what are some of the examples of evidence that supports global warming? Now it gives you two answer choices, but you can add more, as you can see from the add choice button. And I'm just going to type in two things really quickly. So warmest years on record and carbon dioxide and methane at highest levels recorded. Now, to select which one is the correct answer or incorrect answer, you hit the plus sign here, and it can either give no feedback that the answer is correct or the answer is incorrect. So I could type an explanation for either one on the video, and depending on what I wanted it to do. And I could also jump to a different point in the video based on the viewer's response. But that's a Zaption Pro feature, and you don't have that with the basic feature. So when I'm done, I click the done button, and here's my video, and then I can continue doing what I'd like to do. Now, I've only added 2 features, and I can add up to 6, and I still have about a minute and a half left. So you can go back at any point and add features in. You can pick up at a different point in the video, and you can also move the multiple choice questions or the open response questions that you have put in your video. Here's one more example of an element that you can add into your video. So this is the checkbox. So I've drug it over and I've typed in a question and added 4 different checkboxes. Now you may have noticed as I was typing up here, it says saved. So it automatically saves as you type, and you don't have to worry about hitting the save button as you go through your Zaption. Now when you're ready to publish your Zaption so that your students could view it, or if you're going to have students share them with each other, you will click the publish button. So you have to give your tour a title, so I'm going to call this Global Warming 101 and click the publish button. My tour is now ready for students to start, and I can share it with them. You can also analyze your video once your students have taken the assessment. So this screen shows you the number of views, the average viewing time, and the completed questions. So it will give you the viewers by date, viewing time, question completion. It'll let you know how many times that the video has been skipped forward or skipped backwards, and it'll give you a rating that your students have chosen. It also allows you to view their responses, so it shows you what the students have typed for the open response question, the multiple choice question, and the checkbox question. It'll also give you a list of the viewers that have viewed and completed your video. Another nice feature of Zaption is that it has a Zaption gallery that allows you to find and customize ready-to-use tours. So you can pick a tour that's already been created and then customize it for your class. Now this leads directly into how this could be used to support a struggling learner. So say you have a student that doesn't quite understand the concept or the topic that you're covering in class. So you could provide them with one of these pre-made Zaption tours or a Zaption tour that you have created and allow them to watch and answer the questions. This would help the students reinforce what they already understand and help them gain things and clarify things that they don't understand. Now, since they can rewind, it gives them the option of going over the material as many times as they need to. Having the questions interspersed throughout the video allows them for checkpoints. You can even make the video go back if the student gets the question wrong. So it's just going to reinforce, it's going to help those visual learners, it's going to help the auditory learners, and it gives them everything they need to help understand the topic, and they can watch it as many times as they need to. Now, for an advanced learner who needs some additional engagement, what I would have them do is I would assign them a specific topic that we're covering that they understood really well. And I would have them find a video that talks about that topic, and I would have them create a Zaption tour. They could then share that tour with their classmates who are struggling to help them catch up with the rest of the learners. So it has a lot of versatility. It can be used for those struggling learners, and it can be used for the learners that need extra enrichment. Since Zaption can be used in a lot of ways, you could assign a Zaption video for homework, you could use a Zaption video as a warm-up, you can use a Zaption video to reinforce material in class with the struggling learner, and you could assign students topics to create their own Zaptions and share. It's got a lot of uses. Now, I think that Zaption would positively impact student achievement because kids love videos. My students are always asking, are we going to watch a video? I use BrainPop multiple times throughout a week just to reinforce or introduce a specific topic. So I think using Zaption would help students because not only is it a video, they have to answer questions while they're watching it. So it's going to make them pay attention, and it gives them the option of rewinding or fast forwarding if they missed something. Now, Zaption falls in the redefinition category of the SAMR model because it has students doing something they couldn't do before. I've never had a student in my class or seen in other classes, students use a video and add questions to it. So it makes it very interactive and it takes it to another level. It also allows multiple means of representation in the content because you can have free response questions, you can have multiple choice questions, you can have checkbox questions, you can have text slides, you can let the kids draw. So it gives them a lot of different ways to represent the material. So my thoughts on screencasting is that it can be really useful if you want to flip your classroom or to just help students who are struggling with particular topics in class. When I did start out using it, I did have some issues with trying to download the version 2.0 Screencast-O-Matic and couldn't get it to record. So it did take a little bit of time to figure out how to make it work. So there is a learning curve for people who are new to screencasting. But once I got it to work and figured out all the little eccentricities, I think it can be really useful, especially if you have students that are absent. If you know you're going to have a whole lot of students out for some reason, you could record a brief lesson. I know some physics teachers that use it, and they'll show math problems and have the kids watch it at home. So I think there are a lot of uses for screencasting with students. I think the main thing is you just have to find the time to do it, and it does take some practice with pausing, and you can record and truncate your video if there's something you don't like. Just like I had a few announcements pop in while I was doing my screencast and my phone rang, so I was able to cut out those parts and record over it, which was really nice. So I think I would use it again in the future. I think it is something that I would have to plan ahead for, which we all know that that doesn't always happen. But once you have them recorded, you always have them recorded. So I think that I probably would try screencasting again in the future and and have my students try screencasting as well. It would be a great way to have them create videos for their classmates and share them.